Hola amigos, ¿qué tal? El día de hoy les traigo una práctica completa de una entrevista, una simulación pues, pero sin letras. Recuerden que necesitamos hacer videos sin letras para ver qué tanto están entendiendo. Si no entiendes algo, no te preocupes, tenemos muchos videos que te pueden ayudar a entender esa parte que no pudiste entender. Y en el futuro haremos un video también traduciendo todas las preguntas. Entonces, trata de medir qué tan listo estás. La verdad que si puedes contestar este tipo de videos, estás más que preparado para la entrevista. Nomás hay que estar practicando. Recuerda que la práctica hace al maestro. Si te sirve este video, recuerda ayudarnos con un like. Es bien importante que des tus likes. Muy bien, a practicar se ha dicho. Venga. Hi, my name is Officer Gutierrez and today I will be conducting your citizenship interview. First of all, can you please raise your right hand? Thank you. Do you swear and affirm that the statements you will give and provide today will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth? Okay, please take a seat. How are you feeling today? Okay. The question is, did you study a lot? Did you prepare for this interview? Then there's no problem. You're going to be all right, okay? First, can I see your permanent resident card, your passport, and your ID? Thank you. What is your full legal name? And would you like to change your name? What other names have you used in the past? Okay. What is your current address? How long have you been living at this address? And who lives at this address with you? Where were you born? What is your phone number? Okay. And when did you submit your application for the citizenship? Okay. What do you do for a living? Do you have a job? Yeah, what kind of job do you have? How long have you been working there? When did you become a permanent resident? And how are you able to apply to become a permanent resident? Okay. What is your marriage status? How many times have you been married? Okay. In what year did you got married? What is your spouse's name? Can you please spell the name for me? Okay. And what is your spouse's ethnicity? Okay. In the last 5 years, have you traveled out of the United States? Where did you travel to? How many days in total have you been out of the United States in the last 5 years? Okay. Since you submitted your application, have you traveled again? Let's talk about the last trip. Where did you travel in the last trip? To where? Okay. And for how many days was this trip for? What was the purpose of this trip? And who traveled with you? When was the date that you depart? And when was the date you came back to the United States? Are you planning on traveling once you become a U.S. citizen? That's great. Do you have any children? Okay. How old are your children? Are any of your children U.S. citizens? And are all your children your biological children? Are either your parents U.S. citizens? Were your parents married before your 18th birthday? Great. Okay. Now we're going to do the civic test. I'm going to ask you 10 questions and you have to answer correct at least 6 of them. If you answer 6 of them correct, I won't ask you any more questions. Okay? What stops one branch of government from becoming too powerful? Okay. What is one responsibility that is only for United States citizens? Name 2 national U.S. holidays. When was the Declaration of Independence adopted? Under our Constitution, some power belongs to the states. What is one power of the states? Who does a U.S. Senator represent? What is the economic system in the United States? Who is the commander-in-chief of the military? What are the 2 major political parties in the United States? Okay, what is the freedom of religion? Great. Now we're going to do the reading and writing test. Can you please read the following sentence? Great. Now can you please write the following sentence? New York City was the first capital. New York City was the first capital. New York City was the first capital. This is how you write New York City was the first capital. Okay, now please answer yes or no to the following question. Have you ever claimed to be a U.S. citizen? Have you ever registered to vote in any federal, state, or local election? Have you ever voted in any federal, state, or local election in the United States? Do you now have or do you ever had inheritance title in order of nobility from any foreign country? Have you ever been declared legally incompetent or been confined into a mental institution? Do you understand what a mental institution is? What is a mental institution? Okay. Have you ever not filed a federal, state, or local tax return since you become a lawful permanent resident? Do you owe any taxes? Okay. Usually when you file your taxes, do you have to pay taxes or you receive a refund? Okay, how about this year? In this year, you had to pay or you receive a refund? Do you file your taxes separately or jointly? Okay. Have you ever called yourself a non-U.S. resident on a federal, state, or local tax return since you become a lawful permanent resident? Have you ever been a member of any organization, association, fund, foundation in the United States or in other location in the world? Okay. Have you ever been a member of or any way associated with the Communist Party, with any other totalitarian party, or with a terrorist organization? Have you ever advocated either directly or indirectly the overthrow of any government by force or violence? What is communism? Yes, please explain to me, what do you understand for communism? Okay. Have you ever persecuted any person because of race, religion, national origin, membership in a particular social group, or political opinion? Between March 23, 1933 and May 8, 1945, did you work for, associate in any way with the Nazi government of Germany? Okay. Were you ever involved with any of the following? Genocide, torture, killing or trying to kill someone, badly hurting or trying to hurt a person on purpose, forcing or trying to force someone to have any kind of sexual relationship, not letting someone practice his or her religion? No to all of them. Okay. Were you ever a member, or did you ever serve, help, or otherwise participate in any of the following? Military unit, paramilitary unit, police unit, self-defense unit, vigilant unit, rebel group, guerrilla group, militia, insurgent organization? None to this. Okay. What is genocide? Okay. Were you ever a worker, volunteer, soldier, or do you otherwise ever serve in any of the following? Prison or jail, prison camp, detention facility, labor camp, or any other place where people were forced to stay? Perfect. Were you ever a part of any group, or did you ever help any group, unit, or organization to use weapons against any person or threaten to do so? Do you ever sell, give, or provide weapons to any person, or help another person sell, give, or provide weapons to any person? Did you ever receive any type of military, paramilitary, or weapons training? Okay. What is a weapon? Perfect. Did you ever recruit, enlist, conscript, or use any person under 15 years of age to serve and help an armed force or group? Have you ever committed, assisted, and committed or attempt to commit a crime or offense for which you were not arrested? Have you ever been arrested, cited, detained by any law enforcement officer for any reason? Have you ever been charged with committed, attempted to commit, or assisted and committed a crime or offense? Have you ever been convicted of a crime or offense? How about back in your country of origin? Were you in prison or jail back in your country? Okay. Have you ever been placed in an alternative sentencing or rehabilitate program? Have you ever received a suspended sentence, been placed in probation, or been paroled? Have you ever been in jail or prison? Have you ever been a habitual drunkard, been a prostitute, procured anyone for prostitution, sold or smuggled controlled substances, illegal drugs, or narcotics, been married to more than one person at the same time, marry someone in order to obtain an immigration benefit, gamble illegally or receive income from illegal gambling, failed to support your dependents or to pay alimony, or made any misrepresentation to obtain any public benefit in the United States? Have you ever given any U.S. government official any information or documentation that was false, fraud, or misleading? Have you ever lied to any U.S. government official to gain entry or admission into the United States or to gain an immigration benefit while in the United States? Have you ever been removed, excluded, or deported from the United States? Have you ever been ordered or removed, excluded, or deported from the United States? Have you ever been placed in removal, exclusion, rescission, or deportation proceedings? Are removal, exclusion, rescission, or deportation proceedings currently pending against you? Are you currently a member of the U.S. Armed Forces? Have you ever served in the U.S. Armed Forces? Are you a male who lived in the United States between your 18th and 26th birthday? Before we continue, can you please tell me why do you want to become a U.S. citizen? Okay. Do you support the Constitution and form of government of the United States? What is the Constitution? Okay. Do you understand the full oath of allegiance to the United States? What is an oath of allegiance? Are you willing to take the full oath of allegiance to the United States? If the law requires it, are you willing to bear arms on behalf of the United States? If the law requires it, are you willing to perform non-combat services in the U.S. Armed Forces? If the law requires it, are you willing to perform work of national importance under civilian directions? Okay. Give me 1 second. Congratulations, you have approved your citizenship interview. Muy bien, ¿qué te pareció la práctica? Espero que te haya ido excelente. Recuerda que estos videos te ayudan mucho para ver qué tan preparado estás. Lo que se mide se puede mejorar. Ya sabes que si tienes tu entrevista esta semana, te deseamos toda la suerte del mundo. Si no la tienes, no te preocupes. Vamos a ir trabajando todos los días para que llegues bien preparado para cuando te toque tu entrevista. Nos vemos en el próximo video. Chao.